Welcome to Delta Wave History, your sanctuary for functional historical boredom. Our focus will remain on the historical, methodical, numerical, and the procedural. This allows your mind to unwind and drift into historical details. Please adjust your volume for a consistent, even tone. We aim for a predictable vocal rhythm, devoid of sudden shifts in pitch or intensity, designed to facilitate a state of tranquil observation and sleep, if you wish. Tonight, we look out over the vast, dark expanse of fresh water that dominates the heart of North America. Long before satellites and sonar, the Great Lakes presented a terrifying, unmapped void to early navigators. The sheer scale of these inland seas was difficult for the human mind to comprehend. The process of charting these waters was not one of sudden discovery, but of slow, grinding, methodical measurement. It was an exercise in extreme patience and repetitive labor. Let your mind settle as we journey back to the 17th century. We will join cartographers who carried nothing but heavy brass compasses and weighted sounding lines into the unknown. French explorers were the first European eyes to attempt a rough sketch of Lake Huron. They moved cautiously along the endless coastline in heavy, creaking wooden canoes. Their progress was measured in painstaking increments, day after day. They recorded the murky depths with a heavy lead weight tied to a thick, knotted hemp rope. The sound of the leads splashing into the cold water, followed by the dull thud against the lakebed, became the rhythm of their days. This repetitive motion anchored their focus. 1 knot, 2 knots, 3 knots. Each measurement was carefully recorded on thick parchment with a quill dipped in dark iron gall ink. Years slowly bled into decades, with the maps remaining frustratingly incomplete. The British Admiralty eventually took over the monumental task, establishing the Hydrographic Office to bring absolute order to the maritime maps. Surveyors like Henry Bayfield spent entire seasons battling the relentless fog of Lake Superior. He operated a small, sturdy schooner specifically designed to withstand sudden squalls and biting winds. Bayfield would set up a heavy brass theodolite on an isolated rocky outcrop. He peered through the telescope, aligning the fine crosshairs with distant, misty shorelines. He would stand perfectly still, letting his eyes adjust to the glare of the water. The click of the brass dials and the soft scratching of a graphite pencil on paper were often the only sounds on those quiet, windless afternoons. Triangulation was a tedious, unforgiving mathematical process that demanded immense patience. It required calculating angles over and over again until the numbers aligned perfectly. By the 1840s, the United States Lake Survey was established to finalize the nautical charts. Teams of engineers set up heavy canvas tents along the sandy, isolated shores of Lake Michigan. Night after night, they would sit illuminated by flickering oil lanterns. They meticulously transferred their daily field notes onto massive wooden drafting tables. The drafting process required absolute stillness and a completely clear mind. Fine steel nibs drew parallel lines of latitude and longitude with hypnotic, unyielding precision. Water depths were stippled onto the charts, one tiny dot at a time. The cartographers entered a deep state of flow, their minds entirely consumed by the calming repetition. Sounding by sounding, angle by angle, the chaotic, dangerous waters were translated into neat, predictable grids of information. The wild lakes were slowly tamed by ink and paper. Think of the incredible calm of those dark lake nights. The water, lapping gently against the wooden hull of the survey boat, was the only companion, rocking the weary crew to sleep. There is no rush in cartography. The lakes have been there for millennia. and the mapmakers knew they had all the time in the world to finish their task. You, too, have all the time in the world right now. The day's measurements are complete. The ink is drying on the parchment, and the heavy leather journals are closed. As the stars reflect off the perfectly still surface of Lake Erie, the mind no longer needs to chart its course. There is nothing left to calculate, and nothing left to solve. The boundaries are drawn, the depths are known, and it is entirely safe to drift away. Let the steady, methodical rhythm of the past quiet your thoughts. Sleep now, anchored securely in the quiet, forgotten history of the Great Lakes. Good night. Discover more history by watching the next video. We're eager to share more with you. You can't go wrong. All our videos are deeply detailed, dull while fascinating, and distinctly sleep-inducing.